Hi, welcome back. So, welcome back to ModCons. We literally
We wanted to
phones
give
are
you guys the content, so
we
we've come
did.
in. As you can see,
We
we're
did.
on location.
We are on location. It's a multifaceted day.
I'm feeling
But
far too red. I thought that this morning when I woke up. I was like, this is too much red for a conservative to be wearing. What the hell?
it's okay. It's okay. I'll let you off this once.
Thank you, thank you. Just this once, just this once. So we've got
Yeah.
lots to talk about today. So today, guys, we're just going to do, the usual debrief.
Oh my God, can we just start with the assisted dying bill because they
Yeah.
literally just sort of called it, and it's gone through. I'm actually quite surprised. So the score was 330 votes to 275 votes in favor of it. I'm actually surprised. It's quite a lot. I didn't think it would be
It
so
is.
yeah.
It
It's
is.
yeah.
I thought it was actually going to pass by more. So I'm surprised it was so little. It
Okay.
was what, 55 votes. I thought it was going to be more. So I'm happily
Okay.
surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would. I don't know. I thought it wouldn't. I actually thought it wouldn't pass. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Maybe it's just my wishful thinking. But
Yeah,
but
maybe.
it is. But it is just the first stage. So there's going to
Yeah.
be many more stages before it actually comes into law. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I know it's a tough one. I do kind of subscribe to the slippery slope argument. I do believe that it
I
is a
do
slippery
too.
slope. And we've spoken about this already. Like we said, this
Yeah,
is a church country, it's a Christian country. Is this
yeah,
okay? And I think we're
yeah.
both still of the mind that no,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
It is awkward, and but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll
It's
ever find it.
tricky.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if you saw in Parliament as they were discussing it, someone mentioned that that it's similar to suicide. It's basically like committing suicide, which is illegal, and someone on the other side was like this is extreme language or whatever, and she was like offended
Yes.
by it, and I'm like
Yes.
you have to have this conversation because it's relevant. So like it may be offensive to her, whatever, and you may want a warning up on it, which is fair enough, but it is a valid, like fair point that someone is
Yeah.
trying to make. So I'm like, oh, it's a tricky situation, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
Danny Kruger, yeah. So Danny Kruger said, suicide, state suicide,
Yes, exactly.
in the house, and she was up in
Yeah,
uproar and said, "How could you say such a thing?" When he said, "Well, look, this is assisted
yes,
suicide, so I don't know
I
whether
know.
your ears are too delicate or not. It is what it is."
It is what it is,
And I
and I think that's a valid. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy,
And I think,
but
look,
yeah, I don't know,
if you're
but
sheepish about the word, then what on earth are you doing
yeah,
voting in favor of the act? Like, if you can't handle the
I
word,
agree.
then what on earth are you doing?
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
for
That
that
is
one.
precisely it. Nailed it, Jamie.
In red. Never wearing red again.
Oh, it's
Um,
Christmassy. It's fine. It's
it's
Christmassy.
Christmassy. That's it. That's it. That's it. So yeah, no, it's a shocker actually. But the
Yeah,
thing I do appreciate is that both sides of the house, it's split
yeah,
among everyone, so
yeah,
it isn't so
yeah,
party political. The
yeah,
only danger now is obviously it's going through second reading and to the committee
yeah.
stage. Uh, Apparently, the MP who proposed it, what's her name again? Batley and Spen MP, can't remember her name. Uh,
Yeah.
Jo
I don't
Cox's
know.
sister. She proposes, but she can apparently collect. She can pick the committee. So she said it's not going
Yeah,
to be a party political committee, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's not going to go for people who are in favour of this bill. So that's the only danger there, is that it might be quite partisan getting it through. So yeah,
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But yep, it's through. It's through. So that was the big news of the day.
yeah,
Obviously, we've had other big news of the day. So we had Louise Haigh, who is the Transport
yeah.
Secretary. She had to stand down for frauding,
What is that
defrauding
about?
the
What is
country.
she doing? What is she doing? Did her like contract just run out and she didn't want to upgrade, or what? Or like she wanted a free phone? I just don't get it. It's so ridiculous.
It's
Like what?
strange. So it's her work phone. And so she said,
Oh,
my work phone, she got mugged, and she said her work phone had been stolen. It hadn't.
yeah.
And so that's one thing. And she said, I told Keir Starmer and he was okay with it, which is fair. But I think the problem is that she may have lost a few work phones.
Yeah, but like, what
Maybe
is
there
that?
might be a little bit of a
Ridiculous.
hustle that she had going on.
Yeah, she's like she sells them on the black market. She's like, yeah, I'm your local phone dealer.
Yeah, every
But I was
week's a
like,
new work phone.
yeah, yeah, exactly. She's probably the one that steals all the bikes around my area as
Yeah.
well. But but no, my
Yeah.
initial thought was because it's a work phone, did she take it on holiday and forget to, turn it off? So she had
Yeah,
all
well,
the
there we
roam
go. All the roaming charge.
like, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me, it was my kids, I swear. Sure.
No,
That's
it
so
got
funny.
stolen.
Literally. So yeah, she's gone.
I
She's
don't
been replaced already very quickly. I
know.
mean, he doesn't wait
Yeah,
around at all, does he?
he does it. In a way, I'm glad that he did that because, there's no hesitation. I don't know. He already knew about it, so therefore I'm a bit like, well, that's a bit weird. But the fact
Yeah.
that he did sort of flip it out, swap her out quite quickly. It's good. Just get rid of it.
She's been replaced by Heidi Alexander. And I have to just say, this is 4 months into a Labour government. They used to give us a very, very hard time about having new ministers every 2 secs. 4 months into
Yeah.
your entire government, and you said you'll be the party of no chopping and changing, and you've already got a new
Yeah.
transport minister.
They are chopping and changing. But also, yeah, I just have to go back to what on earth was Keir Starmer thinking? He knew about it. So surely
Yeah,
he knew that that was going to come out, right?
right.
So if you know that's going to come out, why risk it? Or put it out straight away and then just be like, okay, we know, blah, 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 and we've dealt with it. She's done her time, done her crime.
He's done a time, done a crime. That's the thing. I think with that, I think this is the problem sometimes when, like, a lot of people have dirt on people and they're just waiting for the ultimate moment to just release it. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's happened here. It just felt too random that suddenly this had come out into the ether and suddenly we knew about her criminal conviction. It just felt like very much a planted story to get
Yeah.
rid.
But also, which I find very strange, now, I'm a local councillor. We have to declare if we've got any criminal convictions, and they usually don't sort of put you forward if you have
Right.
the past, right? So what on earth is going on? Like, do they not do that with them?
Apparently. Well, they do, but they just keep it in a little box and then wait till you mess up and then they release it from the box.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
They
Well,
swap you
anyway.
out. Well, she is not the only Haigh that has been in the news this week. William Haigh. I've been waiting for that. Sorry.
Well done. That was smooth. As smooth as his head.
That is so funny. He has a lovely head. Distinguished head.
He does, he does. Apparently, some people say that's why he never became prime minister, because some people didn't get on board with the head.
Did you say
I
on
don't know.
bald? But
Oh, we're on one.
we should start
We're
a
not
comedy
even in
sketch.
the same room.
On bald. Well, Winston Churchill was bald, so that doesn't quite work.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work, but apparently, maybe Winston Churchill had something else going
swag.
for him.
He did have a lot of swag. He had a huge cigar. It's like
he did.
This is my
Very
manhood. So yeah, so he beat Peter Van. Sorry.
Anyway, go back to William Haigh.
Yeah, so he beat Peter Van. So everyone was kind of making it out as if it was like a tied. It was close. It was not close at all. I mean, like, he wiped the floor with Peter Mandelson, which I'm very happy about.
Good. Yeah, I kind of missed some of it. I was too busy looking at his head, but
oh, poor William. Poor Billy.
I know, but no, it's good. I mean, he's a good speaker. I think he does deliver. He delivers everything quite well. So yeah, I'm glad he.
And I think it's good because obviously, like, we always talk about, like, the fact that our institutions are very left. So it's quite good that the fight back is starting in terms of our institutions being a bit more right leaning, or at least being open to having someone from, the right side of the political sphere.
Yeah, exactly. You need a bit of a well-rounded,
We
you know.
do. So how did you find our rally? Obviously, we went to the farmers' rally.
Oh, oh, the
How did you enjoy it?
farmers. Oh my goodness. I mean, apart from the fact that we were literally like drowned rats,
Yeah,
it
we
was
were very wet.
raining, something chronic. But no, it was amazing. It was such a great turnout, and there were so many farmers there from all over the UK, which was really great to see. I don't know. It just kind of it kind of makes me feel a bit sad that we have to do this, but also it's kind of a good reminder that we should be doing this, looking after our farmers. I think, they look after us, so we should definitely be supporting them. And, we talk about all this sort of eco this and organic that. Well, you can't get more organic than locally produced like farm goods. Like that is literally down the road. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's absolutely it's a shame that they have to do this, but I like the wellies, I like the tweed, and I like their message as well. And some of the
Yeah, no.
talk speakers were really good. Sorry,
Yeah,
go
no,
on.
the speakers were good. And I really liked the minute silence. I thought that was really a lovely touch.
It really was. It was quite emotional, actually, quite moving.
Yeah.
And to get they were so well behaved. And I think they made a point of that because, so many protesters kind of, glue their hands to floors and stop traffic and just create a nuisance, to be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
for whatever it is they're supporting. These guys were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're just making our point, and it's not to jeopardize the day-to-day life of other people in London
Totally.
as it was
Totally.
in London. So
No,
I
you're
like
right.
that.
And it's a good they were the perfect example of how you do it properly and how you do it
Yeah,
well.
yeah, they really were. So yeah, I just hope that it has an impact because
Mm.
if it doesn't, then I guess they keep protesting and it might get a bit more riley. They might end up with the manure outside No.10 and all that.
It's going to get a bit, I think it might get a bit leery. I mean, the Conservatives today were sharing some old posts from Dawn Butler, from Keir Starmer, all with their, I love British farming. I back British farming from like 2023. And they're just like,
Yeah,
the onslaught continues because the
yeah,
hypocrisy is outrageous.
I
Like Keir
know, I
Starmer
do.
was like, my first job was on a farm. And I think someone made this point recently that he's had a lot of first jobs in very
Yeah.
convenient places.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have a first job in McDonald's when that was all the rage
Yeah,
just
true.
the other day. What do you mean? I love Trump. I work in McDonald's.
I love Big
Oh
Macs.
my.
So true. So obviously we had another PMQs today, not today, last week.
The other
So we had
last week.
Kemi
Yeah,
and Keir Starmer. I think it's been her best one yet, actually. What did you
yeah,
think?
with all the biscuit like puns. I
The
love that.
ginger
I
nut.
like it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought it was hilarious. I think,
Yeah.
um obviously it's a serious point and it's a good valid point, we want to look after our business, whatever, but it was just so well done. It was funny, it was entertaining, and I think, PMQs needs to be that because
Yeah.
this is the only time I guess that the public might really actually watch it.
True,
You
true,
know
true.
what I mean? The general public, not
Yeah.
political people. And so yeah, you need to have something a bit sort of funny, a bit cheeky, but also gets the point across. So yeah, I think
Absolutely.
she did well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did well. She did well. And it's a good point, like you say, it's about a bigger issue that so many businesses are saying, look, we cannot survive, we cannot thrive, we cannot grow in this environment that you have created for
Yeah.
us, in the budget that you promised us you wouldn't give us.
Okay.
And so like to make light of it was really good because obviously it got clipped a lot more and people could actually get that message. So I liked her. I thought she was good. She felt like herself, like a feisty Kemi self, which was nice.
Yeah, yeah. We need that because I do think sometimes she's a little bit stiff. I don't want to criticize, but I know she's new, so but I like to see her sort of feeling more comfortable in what she's
Yeah.
saying, and I think I've felt like she's more like that with that. But yeah, they are taking the biscuit with these business
They are
things.
taking the best. Yeah, love that. They're
So
taking the
I don't know,
biscuit, they're
but
taking the farm, they're taking the heating, they're taking it all. Obviously, the immigration figures came out this week.
Yes.
So Kemi, she did her speech just before, the day before they came up, because I think she knew it was going to be a bit spicy, and that they were going to kind of rise.
It's calculated.
They do that a
What
lot.
is that?
They
Like,
do that.
surely we should get someone, with a calculator who
Yeah,
can maybe count. Yeah, if they
maybe
don't know
count.
how, or maybe they did. Yeah, like find someone else. They need to be fired. If you keep not being able to count and that's your job, you should be fired.
It's like you have one job.
Tally up the numbers.
Tally up the numbers. So that was her speech was very good. I think what she did was start communicating our message back to our own electorate and back to new people who might want to vote for us, that we're not against it. We're against mass immigration. We're against people not being able to integrate, because like she said, like, you don't want to ruin the fabric of the country that people come here to enjoy and to be a part of.
Exactly.
And you've got to keep that core part of your culture. You've got to keep that core part of your culture. So I think she made a really strong argument, and hopefully is going to start to take that fight to reform on immigration.
Yeah, I agree. I do think, people don't really the people that are all for immigration are really not, they deliberately are not looking at the bigger picture. And that is, everything that she kind of said. Obviously we want, good people, talented people to come into the country, but do we really want people that are not, that are
not contributing?
Not contributing at all. I don't know. And the fact that we're struggling with all these services that we have, NHS, schooling, housing, all of it, like it is a natural knock-on effect. And unfortunately, we are a small island, and I don't know. But as soon as anyone says anything like that, they're like, oh yeah, well, you must be racist, or you must be this, or you must be that. And it's like, well, no, actually, just think of it logically. If you fill a glass full, it's full at some point. Right, and then when you overfill it, you're wasting the water, so don't do that. I don't
we
know how
hate
good
to
an
waste
example that
water.
is.
I love that analogy. We don't want to waste the water.
Don't waste the water. But it's true, and they do just seem to but like, it's not just Labour though, that that was an ongoing issue over the last however many years, like quite a long time actually. People have been talking about immigration issues for years, so we can't just blame Labour, but they're in power now. So
they are, and it's their responsibility. Although they don't like to think that. They just went on, instead of giving us their plan. Actually, I think they said something about Iraq. Yvette Cooper had gone to Iraq to go and meet the gangs, because that's where all the gangs were, which is very interesting. Of all places, it's just like a weird 360. But apart from that, they just said it's the Conservatives' fault. And that's that.
You're just going to be like, okay, this is the problem. These are the real numbers. Let's move on. Let's get it sorted. I think, be a much happier place.
Well, also, I guess Reform used that to kind of announce that, well, they used the immigration figures to announce that Conservatives had failed, Labour were going to fail, blah, 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 but also to announce that they just bagged the steal of the century, Andrea Jenkins.
They have, isn't she a dame or something, or a lady?
I don't know. Boris something like made her a dame. That was such a weird thing to do.
Oh, that's cute. I like it. She seems really nice, to be honest. And I think she's pretty fair with her sort of thoughts, and what she's sort of fighting for, I guess. But Reform, they don't half pick them up.
They do. Their whole reason to be is just to pick up Conservative stragglers. Like, no offense, but that's not a strategy. Like, you can't just be like, we're just going to steal everyone from the other side. Like, how is that an acceptable political strategy? Also, I guess Andrea Jenkins, no offense to her, like, she's a nice enough woman, but she's not the big steal. Like, the way they've been talking over the last few months, that they're like, they have all these senior Conservatives in cahoots.
Maybe they're going to do one a month, like every time.
Maybe, but I mean,
every time the dust settles.
She wasn't the best Conservative minister that we've ever had. They also used it to kind of say, oh, we've now got 100,000 members, which is quite impressive. But I mean, they also used it to say that Andrea Jenkins is their candidate for, I think, the Yorkshire mayoralty. And and they've just selected her. So all of these 100,000 new members, they have no say in anything. They just, the top of the party, Nigel Farage just picks who he wants, and they just have to put up with it. So I'm not sure it's much democracy going on there. Sorry, Lincolnshire.
I think they just believe in the strategy that they have. But I don't know what the strategy is. Is it to be an aggravator, or is it to actually overtake the Conservative Party? I'm not sure. Do they genuinely think they can? Maybe they can. I don't know.
They do. They genuinely think they can.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Farage thinks he will be in Downing Street in 2029. Like, he genuinely believes that. And who am I to say he won't be? But that's his mission. That's what he's here to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's best friends with Trump. He's like best buds with all, so he'll get the endorsements for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's a bit flawed in my opinion. Like, at that same press conference, they spoke to him about James McMurdoch, who was one of their MPs who was, found to be kicking his girlfriend. And he's an MP now. And Farage's only response to that was, oh, well, he wasn't vetted. I'm like, well, he was a parliamentary candidate when you were the leader. So you had the opportunity to vet him then before he was elected. You chose not to. You can't now say after the fact, oh, well, he wasn't vetted. Like, is he just going to say that forever? Oh, he wasn't vetted. That's not a reason to allow someone who's like assaulting their partner as an MP into your party.
Yeah, that's not cool. But there seems to be this kind of non-vetting situation, not just in reform. Like, it seems to be a little running trend. What is going on? Does no one else want the job, or do they just not care? Or like, what is it? Why do they let these people who really shouldn't be or should be vetted in? What is it? Just sheer negligence, or is it they turn a blind eye, or they think they can use it to their advantage? What? Because it makes no sense to me.
I think it's a mixture of all of it. It doesn't make sense. Thing is, like, nobody's perfect, so we can't expect people to be perfect. And I think with the Louise Haigh thing, like, she obviously told him, I've got this record, and he was like, fine. I think, to be fair to him, which I don't like to do, obviously, he probably didn't think it was a repeat thing, which it's seeming like the undercurrent there is that it's not just the one-off. It seems like it was a bit of a hustle thing that was going on, allegedly. I don't know. But that's why I think he's switched on her. With the James McMurdoch guy, I think when Nigel Farage had loads of dodgy councillors at the beginning, he said, all of these people were before me, before I was the leader, they weren't vetted. But once you become the leader, surely you vet everyone else you've got left. Like, that's not an excuse. That doesn't make sense. I get it for the councillors that have gone, but your parliamentary candidates to come, surely you vet them. If you think they're also dodgy, as you've already said, then why wouldn't you vet them?
Very weird. True. I don't know. Very weird. And he's still there. I don't know.
And he's still there. He's still retweeting.
I mean, it's so weird. And I find it really gross when someone is like, seen to be like a not nice person, or done something really not nice, and then they sort of carry on like life is normal. I'm like, ew, no, you're a creep. You get back in your box.
I don't know where the partner is in this situation. Maybe she's like, I don't know, but it feels interesting that she hasn't got much of a platform to be able to say like, this guy was pretty horrible to me. That's quite strange. But anyway, that's weird. It. Anything else for the week?
I don't know. There's local politics. Local politics. We've got to save our post offices. I've been doing all sorts. I've been going to loads of like Christmassy things, seeing the Chelsea pensioners and all sorts. It's been fun. What about you?
Yeah, everyone is in the festive mood. My dog has a festive jumper now. That's as exciting as my week's been.
Martin. I love that. I can't wait to see it.
It's really cool. Martin, actually, I want a human version. It's so cool. I really want one.
They should do that. They should do matching.
I know. That's such a good idea. Anyway,
it's been an absolute pleasure, Jamie and I, via Zoom. I mean, what can we do?
Let us know
At
what
least
you
we're
guys
still
think
together.
if you like the virtual.
Yeah.
I don't know if all
Yeah.
of our settings will be this good. Yours is always going to be this good. I don't know if mine will always be this bling, but hey, try.
Yeah, but yeah, so don't forget to tune in Monday midday, ModCons. It's been a pleasure. See you soon.
Bye, guys.